I really want to make the video about Uzhgorod, and today in the morning I had a nice walk with a guide for 3 hours, speaking about the history of Uzhgorod and its great places. And I was super impressed that Uzhgorod has so many places of interest. And what's important about this is that it is the big mixture of cultures, and it was Slavic, then it was Hungarian, then it was Italian, then it was Hungarian again, and then it was under Czech, and then it was as a part of Ukrainian USSR in the Soviet Union. So they say that they have before 1945 they had totally European history, and only from 1945 they are the part of big Ukraine, as they call it, so the rest of Ukraine. And a lot of people here speak Russian, because after 1945 a lot of people loyal for the Russian Empire and loyal for the Soviet Union, they were moved to this place, especially young people and young specialists, and they took over the place. And what's interesting here is that there are different parts of the city that hold this very diverse history. And we've been to the Czech quarter, we've been to the Jewish quarter, and we've seen this Soviet architecture. And I like the place where we live now, and I guess it's a Soviet building, but in a very nice quarter with private houses that look really, really beautiful. And when I was there, I was thinking it looks like in Slovak, and I was really close, because they really have this a lot of this 20 years of history under Czech. And then when they really liked the way they were taking care of the city, I guess it's like the best invaders ever. And but they didn't invade. They took care of the place after the First World War, and for the Union countries, there was a big deal not to for Hungary and what? Hungary and Poland, so they couldn't have this the same border, because both countries, they wanted this part because they believed it's kind of their part. Poland wanted Galicia, it's Western Ukraine, and Hungarians wanted Zakarpattia, Uzhgorod, and other cities and villages here. And Slovak and Czechoslovakia at the time, they had a great army, and they could protect this place from invaders, and it worked until 1939, and Hitler and this collaboration with him, and when they wanted to take over the place. And there was one year when they had this independent Carpathian Ukraine, as they call it, and they had their own president, Augustin Voloshin, and he was the president for 3 days only, but it happened. And I guess I will edit these places when in this speech, so you'll see them as I walk. And this place is really and totally worth visiting, and because the town is super green. The city is super green, super diverse. It has great big castle with a rich history, and kings and queens visited this place, and it has hundreds of nice cafes and restaurants, and it's really super cozy and super welcome for tourists. They all are already working with the European tourists, even more than with Ukrainian tourists, and a lot of people here, I guess, speak English. I didn't try, but I'm pretty sure they have a great guides who speak English and can tell all the stories in English super nice. And our guide, she spoke Russian, and she can speak Ukrainian, and she really knows a lot. And I like the way she presented the history. Is that, you know, we, the citizens of Uzhgorod, we know how to live with diversity of cultures. And there was the tree, Tomasz Masaryk tree, they call it, because there is the legend that Tomasz Masaryk was the president of Czechoslovakia at the time when this place was under their rule. And there is a legend that he planted the big tree. Now it's huge, and there is also the plant that, you know, that covers the tree, and usually when this plant comes to the tree, it kills it, it drinks its vital juices. But in this case we could see that both are cool, you know, the tree is cool and this plant feels super great, and that is, it doesn't prove all theories and knowledge from the botanics and people who know about plants, and it doesn't follow any rules, but it works somehow. So even though somebody or some culture can take over you or over your life, there is always there is an option to find the way of living together and feeling good. I'm not sure if it's really like win-win situation, and I think I don't know, but it works here somehow in Uzhgorod, and it's a very cool metaphor of this sharing the space, and it's a great case. This is the great case for the rest of the country, I guess. And yeah, peaceful co-living is the big challenge always, because there are always people that feel themselves as the owners of the place, but you know, people cannot own the place, because the place is thousands and thousands or millions years old, and humans are just insects on this place. It's like the time of their life is so short and not important. So we cannot, I guess the land can say, I had these humans and these humans, but not we can say like it's my land or it's your land or whatever. So it's up to us how we decide the thing. And I love the city, and this is, I guess, that it will be the end of the video for today, and I will try to find out how to edit videos on my phone, because usually it takes a lot of time on my computer, and now it's like less because I already have my tricks how I do it. But I hope I will take this challenge and get over it, and I will find out how to do it really, you know, along the way in my pocket during almost in the same time and space when I film these videos. So I guess, I hope the next video will be about forum and people I've met there. Maybe somebody of you will be interested. We'll see. And yeah, it is a long way from Kiev to Uzhgorod. It's more than 800 kilometers, and sometimes people from Europe can't imagine how big is Ukraine. Ukraine is huge. It's one of the biggest European countries, and it's like, can you imagine? It's like from the center, from Kiev to the western part to Uzhgorod is more than 800 kilometers, and from Kiev to the southern part to Crimea is more than 1,000 kilometers. And there is also the huge part, I don't know, around 600 kilometers from the center to the east. Oh, yes, and Ukraine is worth visiting and worth traveling, and I love it so much. And I guess if you are watching this video, you have some nice feelings for it too. So, cheers! It was family life in rural Ukraine. Again, subscribe, press likes, ask questions. I'll be here for the next 5 days. Maybe I will make the videos to answer them. Bye!
А що це думаєш? На ресторан можеш? А що це думаєш? На ресторан можеш?
Мария Терезия, она ворова, она считала их коверами. Поэтому, когда Вася... Ну, давайте быстро, чтобы вы помнили, вы сейчас, во-первых, находитесь с вами в сквере. Давайте мы пойдем. Мы немножечко тут встанем, чтобы вы сфотографировали нашего легендарного.
Еда подавалась. А сюда примыкает здание бывшей еврейской школы. То есть это все был еврейский мини-квартал. Взяли за прототип синагогу в Будапеште. В Будапеште, я напомню, находится самая... Конечно же, речь идет о том, что она была немалая. Здание было...
Obviously, it's a synagogue in Uzhgorod. As our guide said, there are two things about Uzhgorod, and one is good and one is bad. And if we start with bad, is that it's a very small city and everybody knows everything about everybody. And the good thing is that everybody is silent.
И кто не знает этого, вы можете спокойно фотографироваться с нашим и говорить, что вы были в Будапеште.
І казати, що ми були.
Мосту, чтобы окупался и деньги использовались на его содержание. Вы знаете, есть секрет, точно такой памятник, установленный его идентичная копия в Будапеште. Игнат Рожкович стоит тоже на берегу Дуная. Сам президент Томас Гаррис Масарик, как гоже каждому президенту посадить дерево, знаете, там кинуть, да, лопатки, что-то. Увидели, что именно он причастен к посадке этого.
Він сидить.
Да, это он сидит у нас на улице, и когда они проезжали мимо города Ужгорода, остановились на...
Going along the river Uж to the old, from the Czech part of the city to the old part of the city.
Один раз, когда кто-то приехал, кто-то кому-то сказал, куда солдат кидает гранату. Да. Для того, чтобы убрать водичку, которая могла собираться,
Is the main river in Uzhgorod, River Už. I don't know if you see it, but it's a nice place. And I'm sitting on the stairs, and they are also nice. Feels good here, and the weather is perfect for walks. It's not hot and not cold, just perfect.
Обиделся на Зевса, и когда спускался на землю, прихватил с собой Салим под черенок винограда. Ну куда мог спуститься Вак, как не Карпат? Ну, так сказать, что решил Зевс его проучить и спустить на землю на недолгое время, ну, попробовать не этого жизни Бамонда, знаете, а нашей мирской жизни, хлебнуть. Да, в канале. Как-то надоел Зевсу. Было построено, допустим, как жилое помещение, его нельзя переделать на административное и наоборот, что означает функционализм.
Ukrainian women, you know. Selfie. This is the place with the mineral water, and it tastes like iron, and everybody wants to try it. Do you want to?
Там такой дом был. Именно в таком доме жил Иштван Лаудон. И он привозит сюда профессоров, научных деятелей, так, сюда в город Ужгород, приезжает к нам и Иштван Лаудон. На QR-код. Это такие своеобразные информативные таблички, что ли. Открывается тогда описание того или иного исторического сооружения или туристического объекта. Ну и есть также указатели. Начинался город. Это были так называемые въездные ворота. Многие купцы, дымный лег на украинском языке, а еще это здание называется у нас на местном Богом водоем. Ну, до ремонта, знаете, сейчас уже ремонт был проведен, потом кладка, стены геометрическими такими яркими, черные, красные, зеленые. Да. Правильно. Король поп собственно, он тоже уроженец Закарпатья, поэтому дипломная скульптурка тоже у нас тут в Закарпатье находится. Вот художественного великой императрицы, о которой можно говорить часами, днями, наверное, неделями. Все вы знаете, что это была величественная женщина. И, знаете, немаловажными ее заслугами было то, что и относилась. Ну что ж, друзья, я только с дороги попрошу, наверное, отойти.
Вчора просто наговорила на вокзалі, знаєш, я їду в Ужгород.
А що ти думаєш, не ресторан?